And that is the truth. He only surrenders to himself. But as of now, you do not know who you are. So if I tell you to surrender to yourself, you will not be able to fully understand, nor you will be able to do it. Because we all carry so many SDHD, low, this low inner image, basically self-doubt, self-hatred, and self-denial patterns. So we're never going to be able to surrender to ourselves. The God dimension in us, the divine dimension in us, the Paramashivam in us. So he said, the moment you surrender to the master, this is the way why we need a master. See, when you are able to fall in love with the master and surrender to the form, you will be thrown back to yourself, which is the higher self. So the master is the path back to yourself. He's the basically the form for you to drop all your aesthesia and be able to fall back to your Atma Bhakti. So he said, Guru Bhakti, which is devotion to the master, suddenly leads you to the Atma Bhakti, devotion towards the self. This is the path how you are able to surrender to yourself eventually. So this is the essence of this chapter. So we're going to understand how to do it, how to uncover yourself with this understanding. Next slide. So here comes a seeker, a very old devotee of Swamiji. And this devotee tells Swamiji that there are times when he's not quite sure who he is following. There are times when I feel like I'm following you. And he said that there are also other times where I feel that I'm following myself. And if you resonate with what this old devotee's confusion in this question, then please provide listening, because many of us at some point in time go through this like a very confused, paradoxical situation where we feel like we're following Swamiji, and then sometimes we feel like we're following ourselves. So how do you handle such a state? So here he says, please provide listening, okay? He says, you see, whether you follow yourself or you follow me, there is no difference. You may be surprised. It is as if you are looking into a clear steel pond. A clear steel pond. When you stare deep into the pond, your reflection stares back at you. And so who are you looking at, the pond or yourself? He says, if you understand this truth, you will understand the relationship between the master and the disciple. The master is the pond. He is the mirror which the disciple can simply look into and see his own reflection. Do you catch it? This Joby wants to enter. Can you send the link? Are you able to send the link? So that is the trick. He says, you are looking at me only to see yourself. That is the truth, but we do not understand. This is why I'm going on telling you to surrender. You're not surrendering to me, Swamiji said. You are only surrendering to yourself. It is just like a mirror. A mirror has to reflect you. Otherwise, it cannot be called a mirror. So the only purpose for your looking at me is to look at yourself. So as you look at my face, he said, your real face will be revealed to you. Then the mirror is no longer needed, because you have seen yourself. You have discovered yourself. And this is what being a disciple means, to simply look at the master and lose yourself. The master will reflect what you already are. That is I would say, the purpose of having a master happening in our life. which is through that reflection when you look at the master, because he's already realized soul. Whatever he embodies is the ultimate. And if you are able to lose yourself in him, you will discover your true self. You will realize yourself. So that is so essentially the master is the pawn reflecting you. That is the key essence that he wants to tell in response to this old devotee. He says, when I say look at the master, I mean be with him. But in the Adinam or ashram, there are a few guys who sit around and just look at me while others discuss their doubt. They will go on gazing at the master. Say gazing at me. I call it gazing meditation. Swamiji coined these devotees or disciples who keep gazing at him called the gazing meditation. So as you go on gazing, you will simply drop my form, he said, and turn inwards. You will just be lost in his form and just suddenly turn towards yourself. But you must not get caught up with the form. Don't confine him to this 6 foot tall body. Okay? So forget you're looking at the mirror, and forget that you're looking at the mirror. Whatever the master is reflecting, you must remember you're looking at him as the mirror to find yourself. Simply gaze at me and with a deep feeling that you are experiencing yourself. So later we can try that. We can try that we have some time to do a short meditation to experience this instruction that he has given. So the key summary in response to this seeker's doubt is the master is the pawn reflecting you, just like a mirror reflecting you. So you just need to understand that when you surrender to the master, you are actually surrendering to yourself. That is what you need to take out from his answer to this seeker. Okay? Let's go on to the next question, to the next seeker's question. A brahmacharini says that there are times when he feels like he is fighting with the master, Swamiji. I think many of us can relate with that we feel that we're fighting with him because of the resistance, and you are not willing to listen and do what the masters give as instruction or the solution. So if you feel that you are in this same problem with guru-disciple relationship, that you feel that you're fighting with the master because you don't want to surrender or you don't want to do what it is best for you. So provide listening. So he said, the fight with yourself. He says, actually, you're not fighting with me. You are fighting with the transformation, which is what the master's job is. To transform you, but you're fighting with that transformation. You don't want to be transformed because the mind has to die if it needs to be transformed, and you're resisting that transformation. So you're afraid that there's no way back to what you have always lived with, which is your mind. You live with the mind, since young. So, and you know that there's no way back. This is why there is such a fight. This is why you put out a fight, because you're fighting not with the master, you're fighting with your own transformation, your higher possibility, your ultimate possibility. It is a battle against yourself. You're actually fighting your own ultimate reality. So your pseudo self, your mind, go on being defeated. Yet you will go on trying. So there's this, the mind try to play this game. Oh, I'm trying, and then you feel, oh, I'm defeated. So there's this cunningness of the mind. But the master, because he's a reflection of you, he will not give up on any one of us. He said, so it will be like you fighting with me. So you'll be seen like you're fighting with the master. That is the illusion that we're caught in, the Maya that we're caught in. So as of now, there are two patterns within you. Listen carefully. What are the two patterns that, if this situation happened, that you feel that you're fighting with the master? He says, the artificial and the natural. There's one dimension of you which is the artificial, your pseudo self. Then the natural self, which is your soul, your being. If you're open and allow the master to do his work on you, he will effortlessly pull the natural from its depth and bring it to the surface. So the master's job is to help you discover the natural self from the pseudo, which is your mind. Understand? The master would make sure that you experience your natural self, the being. But if you continue to fight with him, you will nurture the artificial side of you, which is the mind. And it will only take longer, which means you're postponing your transformation. You're delaying your ultimate reality. You're just struggling, fighting, without the clarity of why is this thing happening. So when you don't have that understanding, or you're ignorant about this fight is nothing but fight with yourself, the natural versus the pseudo, the artificial. So he said, understand, because you have two different things within you, that's why we are experiencing the duality. The duality of one side wanting this and the other side not wanting this. So because of that duality, there is an inner fight and an inner argument which is fighting happening inside you, your inner space. So one side wants to be open and receptive to the master. However, the other side wants to remain closed and sealed off, locked, put with layers and layers of wall. So one side wants to be open and be authentic and receptive. On the other side, you just want to close off and hide in the closet and don't want to really be open to be vulnerable. So that is the game that we are playing with the master. It is like you are a mirror, a shining mirror. But through the years, dust has collected on the mirror. So it's no longer able to reflect you as it is. So if you become open to the master and allow him to do his work on you, he will simply just wipe clean the mirror. And then what happened? You will be able to see your true self again. But you don't want him to wipe the mirror. You allow more dust to collect. Like, don't, let me stay dirty. Let me stay dusty. So this is what is happening. We want to stay dusty and not see clearly. So the master want to clean, but you say, no, don't clean for me. So this is the funny thing that is going on, okay? But if you go on fighting and resisting the transformation, more dust will accumulate. Instead of cleaning up, you're fighting, and more dust start falling on the mirror, which means what? More and more distortion happen. So, and poor guy, our poor master, he has to wipe that also. Because of the fight, more dust can say, oh, more dust means more cleaning to do for him. So just become receptive, he said, and allow your mirror to be wiped clean by the Guru's grace, by the master's compassion and his work on you. Then you will be able to see with more clarity. You will not be confused, afraid, lost. You will be able to see that I'm you. There is no difference because we came from the same source. And if I'm you, and with whom are you fighting? If you're me and I'm him, then why are you fighting with yourself? Right? So he said, there's no one to fight with because everything is within you. Why are you fighting? there's no duality. When you experience the oneness, Advaita, then this whole drama of fighting with yourself against the master is nothing but delaying your transformation. That is the truth that he's revealing in this chapter. Uncover yourself. He said, one more thing, in the presence of the master, all the emotions that you trigger, whether it's anger, frustration, fear, greed, any kind of emotion that get triggered in the master's presence, which you have been carrying your whole life, your entire life, will come out. All those patterns, all the emotion will just somehow not keep quiet. They all come out, okay? And they will be more total than what you have experienced before, because in the intense presence of the Guru or the Master, enlightened being, all this emotion will just get stirred more intensely. So that is why your mood changes so frequently when you are with me. That's why in the Master, when he, in his physical presence, especially when you are working with him or he's working on you, all kinds of emotions get triggered. And society has taught you to allow only certain emotion and suppress others, because society says you have to behave, you have to project some kind of socially acceptable behavior. So you try to suppress a lot of the emotion because you don't want to be seen as not fitting what the societal norm is. So because of that, you try to suppress some of the very raw emotion. And as you know, all suppression leads to perversion. It's going to come out in some other way. So he say all the emotions will come out, and you get chiseled. All of the emotion will get worked on when you're with the master. So allow whatever gets stirred up to explode, and then from that explosion, you get worked on. You'll be able to bring completion. You'll be able to let go whatever is pent up inside for many, many, many years, or many, many janmas, many births. So understand what you project yourself to be and what emotions lies within you are two separate things, he said. And it is very powerful techniques to be in the master's presence, because everything will come out and be expressed totally. You cannot escape. When you have a chance to go and live around the master or spend time with him physically, don't miss it, because this is the time he will. I remember when we attended the 21-day inner awakening, because of the intensity of the program, literally we hardly sleep much, because it's a fully packed day and go beyond like 10 hours. Sometimes you go on to 16, 18 hours. So you have very little time to sleep and rest. And because of the tiredness and stretch over 21 days, you can't hide. Maybe first 2 days you can be very polite and very nice and look very, very cover up, right? You can just present your best part. But after many days, that's why he said that normally it would take us at least 4 days to settle down, for 3 to 4 days to settle down, to be able to receive the Swamiji's energy. So that's the way how when you attend a physical program, the first 2 days is like an adjustment period. You may, let's say for instance, you travel all the way, let's say for devotees from USA, they come to India, and jet lag plus a few things that happen at home, so they take a few days to settle down. So by the time you settle down and he start working on you, that this period, all the emotion that you try to hide, it will just erupt like a volcano. All will come out. Anger, frustration, fear, everything will just come out. Understand? So you cannot escape. But to be able to allow that to surface is the greatest blessing, because you're in a safe environment where he takes care that you are complete with that. So when it is expressed, you will pass. You leave your system. You want it to express itself. You don't want it to hide inside and become a tumor inside forever, right? So allow that to come out and let the master work on you. You will have clarity and completion with whatever emotion that gets stirred up. Understand? So this is the thing. So the fighting, more importantly, don't be afraid that you're fighting with a master, because actually you're fighting with yourself. You're fighting with your own, against your own transformation. Allow whatever emotions, look in and have that awareness. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling this anger or frustration? Why I feel scared when Somchi after this? Why am I so scared? What is happening inside? Have this awareness to look in and decide that you're going to work on it. Whatever emotion that get triggered, decide that you're going to not sweep under the carpet. Whatever get triggered, let it bring completion. Let it be dropped from the system. So if you make that decision, it is very, very easy. You will just support the master's work on you. You will not try to create a fuss and run away. Okay? So understand, don't be afraid that whatever emotions that trigger, have clarity. Don't get frightened, nor don't get frustrated. All right. So now here comes a small story. The king's ego. Here's a small story. Listen carefully. He said, there was once a very powerful king. Despite his power and wealth, he wisely chose to be a disciple of a master. He often visited the master to receive guidance. In the past, in the Vedic tradition or in the Hindu culture, it is very, very common for the king to have an enlightened master and get guidance from the enlightened master. So this is the way how it operates. And the masters are protected by the king, because it's, as an advisor of the king, the master is protected. Unlike the modern day now, nobody protects the master. That's why gurus are so persecuted. It's very hard for enlightened master to live in the current world, because they get persecuted. They don't have the protection of the law nor the king that he used to be, because of how the society has evolved so much that a lot of this protection has been taken away. So he said the fact that he was king did not matter and has no effect on the relationship as a master and disciple. So this is the way how this king was able to accept a master who guides his strategy in life and also in ruling the kingdom. So one day, during his usual visit to the master, the king asked him, "Master, what is ego according to our ancient truth? What is ego?" He asked a very, very straightforward question. So the master's face turned red, like anger boiling. And in a very arrogant tone, he shouted, "Fool, what kind of idiotic question was that?" Okay, in that big, angry voice. His response shocked the king. How come the master speak to me like this and call me a fool? He was just shocked. And then he became serious and angry. "Why are you scolding me? What's going on? Why you suddenly become like this?" Then the master then smiled and said, "That is ego."
Demonstration.
Yeah, he just demonstrated. And he thought, he was shocked. He was not able to understand why the master suddenly becomes so mad at him. So that was a direct answer to the king's question, what is ego according to the ancient truth, which is behaving with full of emotions and shouting. Sounds like a mad dog. Okay. Let's go on. And what he explained from this story, he said, "Stop fighting with the master. You're not going to win this game." He said, if you go on fighting, you will just be defeated faster, because you're just fighting with me, you're fighting with yourself, okay? If you're fighting with me, you're actually fighting with yourself, which is why it's going to be a losing battle. He said sometimes the fish swim against the river current, right? You know how there are some fish, when they want to lay the eggs, they swim against the current. And sometimes they flow along with the current. They just allow the current to flow along with the river. But either way, the fish is in the water, right? So the fish is actually still surviving because it needs the source of life, which is the water. Whether you go along with me or you resist me, you're still here. You're still in the water and you're safe. If you want to waste your energy in swimming against the current, and he said, go ahead and tire yourself out. If you tire yourself out, you will suddenly relax and say, okay, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm too tired. Once you're tired, he said, you will flow with the current once again. You don't want to fight anymore. You're no more this struggling. You just suddenly allow him to flow with life, right? So, but understand one thing, you are still in the water. That means the possibility of the transformation is there when you are still in the water. Understand? If you jump out of water means what? Death has come, right? The possibility is gone entirely. Correct. You have to wait for another birth. No. You're in the water means you're still in the game. You're still in the possibility of realizing. Okay? So don't ever jump out of the water. Next slide. He said, as I told you earlier, life with me will not always be a honeymoon. Sometimes you feel, oh, Swamiji is so sweet, he's so nice, la la la. Then after that, you feel he put on his CEO face, you'll be frightened. He's like, how come Swamiji becomes so ferocious, so scary? He said that this is the way when he need to work on your pattern, he has to use different ways to make you, transform. So there will be many ups and downs. Ups and downs is a norm, is expected. If you always have ups, then something is that be very clear, that is not the real master. He's trying to make your ego grow bigger. Understand? The real master will put you through a roller coaster ride of ups and downs so that you are finally transformed. And there will be times when you are sitting in front of me, he said, you will feel like you're not with me. And you will even feel like I don't care for you at all. That kind of emotion can come. And there will be many emotions which come out, like you suddenly feel angry with the master, or you suddenly feel angry with yourself, or you feel sad, or you feel insecure. So all kinds of funny emotion will come out. Everything that has been lying within you will come out when he play all this drama we call Leela. See, the master's job is to stir all the Leela, and so that all these trapped emotions and patterns can come out to the surface and get churned. He said, unless all this get churned, like how you churn the butter, it comes out, and then you will not be able to, you will not be free from them. So it needs to be churned. You need to surface so that you can face all these hidden patterns or emotion and finally let go and be complete. So he said, when my work on you is happening, you will feel like escaping from me. He said, you'll feel like dropping. You'll feel like, dropping everything and running away. How many of you felt that before? Yes? That when Swamiji is working on you, you feel like, I want to run away and go and hide in some corner.
I've done it. Also done it.
Yeah, and you run, you try to, I don't want to, I feel like suffocation, you want to run away. But be very clear, he said, by hiding from me, you are only escaping from yourself. You are just only hiding from yourself, so that it's not going to work. He said, ultimately, it is your choice. He said, fundamentally, it's your choice. You can either hide or allow the transformation to happen. If you hide from the master, that means you delay, you miss the master. If you allow him to work on you, then transformation happens. You realize yourself. So by hiding, you will only miss. If you allow, the transformation will happen and you get transformed and you become him. Or you realize who you are. Next slide. So now here comes the next question by the third seeker. So here comes a devotee. He asks a question to the master. He says he never feels satisfied no matter what happens. Okay? So interestingly, if you feel that way, please provide listening, because he's also speaking to all seekers who feel this way. No matter what happens in the outer world, you don't feel satisfied, you don't feel fulfilled. So he said, first thing, I do not teach satisfaction. I teach you how to be contented. He said, I teach you how to be contented. There are two completely different things. Satisfaction and contentment are different. So listen. He says, satisfaction is a part of your ego. But to be content comes from deep within. So that is the main difference. It is beyond ego. If you can create satisfaction, but you cannot create contentment. It has to happen on its own accord. And if it comes when you experience total let me repeat. I said when you will come, you will experience total discontentment with full awareness. So he said, when you are talking about this, you're talking about satisfaction. What happened? You are actually talking about wanting more and more. When you are talking about contentment, you are asking about a settled state within which it doesn't need any more. There's no more that you're looking. So that is contentment. That's the main difference. He said it already has everything, and that is needed within you. You already have everything that is needed in you. So as a result, you don't need to ask for more. You're enough unto yourself. Somebody say again, even Buddha also say, you're enough unto yourself. Let you be your guide, your inner guide to yourself. Which means we already have what we need inside. We just need to realize it, need to uncover it. He said that is the meaning of realizing. It means to live in awareness in any situation. In any kind of situation, you remain aware. That is what I'm continuously teaching you. I'm telling you to live and enjoy the bliss which lies within you. Ananda, the bliss, is already inside you. No matter what happened in the outer world, you are already embodiment of that bliss. But you need to experience that bliss by dropping the mind, the pseudo, the artificial. When you do this, you are content every moment. When you experience the bliss, because the bliss is not dependent on anything external, an object or a person or a situation. It is bubbling inside you, which is your very true nature. So there is no need to search for any more in the outer world. There's no need to go on in search of bliss. It is within you every moment. Bliss is not something that can be found because it is already there within each one of us. When it's within each one of us, then why are we looking outside to try to find something that is already there, which is silly. So now, that goes the completion of his question. So, any questions so far before we enter into a small exercise? Any question? Any questions so far? No question? If you have a question, please type on the chat. Otherwise, we can go to the next part, which is here's a quick exercise. Please take your book of heart or your notebook or paper and pen, anything. Let's do this exercise sincerely, okay? In the last 2 chapters, we talk about a lot of resistant fight emotions with the master, because now that he gave you the truth, hey, don't fight with the master. You're actually fighting with your own transformation. Now that you know this is the truth, so now start pen down the emotions or whatever resistance that cause you to fight with the master. What is being triggered within you? All the kind of emotions that you experience. Some could be this body, some could be from past birth. It doesn't matter, because the seed you may have brought from the previous birth. So pen down now, because we're going to sit in awareness and allow the masters to provide the clarity. See, Swamiji said, all you need to do is sit with yourself, because the higher self, in the presence of breathing space of the master, he will bring you that clarity. So let's do a quick exercise. Write down the emotions or the resistance, the fight, so-called, that you have with the master. Pen down in the past, how many years that you have followed Swamiji, or how many years that you have come to the Guru. What have you experienced in terms of resisting his work on you, the transformation? Please write it out. Is it the intensity of making you authentic? See, to be authentic, we need to keep raising ourselves to the next capacity, next possibility. Correct? And sometimes due to your laziness, you're resisting because you're lazy. You're resisting because you're just too comfortable where you are now. Or you're just afraid that you will lose too much. Like all the people around you, all your friends will run away, or your family may not approve the new you, for instance, the transform you. So you may have all kinds of resistance that store out the emotions of fear. Oh, if my family all leave me, then how? I don't dare to face who I am, the unknown part of me. So fear could be one emotion, or anger could be one emotion, because you are fighting with the master because he told you to do something and you don't want to do it for whatever reason. So please pen it down now. Give you 5 minutes to write. Do it sincerely, please. Okay, so please write it down. Oh, I have some questions on board. Today, 3 questions hit me. Yeah, all the questions asked by the so-called seekers are nothing but a reflection of, each one of us. At some point in time in this journey, that we encounter. So whatever questions raised by the seeker, be very clear, they're asking on our behalf. We don't dare to ask, or we don't have the opportunity to ask. But now that these people have asked, they're actually a reflection of the collective consciousness that we embody. So don't be afraid that those questions resonate within you, whether it's confusion or whether it's fighting with the master. We'll go through all that. Each one of us will have some kind of, I call the rough patches that happen at times. But that is a time where you need to bring awareness. You need to sit with yourself more and more and understand what is going on, and again bring clarity and realign yourself back. I mean, I've seen many people run away from the master, and he would say, where would you go? Everywhere is, it's, you can't go anywhere. Not in this birth, not in future births. You can't run. You just have to, at some point in time, come back and face the same thing that you ran away in the first place, right? So now, with this opportunity that he has opened up through this session in this book, let's face it now, because see, in a few weeks' time, we are going to celebrate Guru Purnima, one of the grand celebration in Kailasa, because in every year there are at least 4 major festivals that we celebrate. One is Swamiji's Jayanti, his birthday, then Shivaratri, and then of course the next one is Guru Purnima, which is coming in a few weeks' time, 21st of July. And take this opportunity, if some of you are doing the Vatram, right, Jivamurti Vatram, take this opportunity to work very deep in those emotions that you hide inside deeply, that you don't want to face or you're afraid to face. Now, he's giving this opportunity because we're going to sit in awareness and allow the masters in his breathing space, allow his work on us to happen so that we become clear about what is artificial and what is the natural. Okay? Today's day 3 of Jivamurti Vatram. So those of you who registered for this 21-day vow of raising your frequency, raising your integrity to the Guru and authenticity, and taking responsibility for your own transformation, and also in enriching others and yourself. This is the best time to work deeply. For me, I've taken a few initiatives during this period of 21 days, one of which is to work on integrity. Another aspect is work on learning more about, as a living yogi, I want to learn more about prana vidya, the science of prana. So I've been reading more about how prana can happen in the body, and for yogis, how it works in the different times using different technologies. So, and of course, contributing to the Sangha, to Swamiji's mission. So, whatever you have, maybe some personal expansion you want to work on, certain aspiration that you have been wanting to do but never had a chance, take this opportunity, this 21 day, work on it intensely. Finish writing? If you finish writing, just raise your hand. You finish writing. You wrote already, huh? You? Don't miss, Ma. Please don't sit here and shake your head, please.
I type. Can also write.
Yeah. As long as you are going through this. What about those on the Zoom? Are you all finished with the writing? Or still writing? If you finish, raise your hand. Are you still writing? Okay, so Anandita is done. Rosita, are you still writing? You're still writing. What about Joby? Are you writing? And Paul, are you writing also? Okay,
Yes.
great. Welcome back, Joby. Good to have you. We missed you.
Thank you.
How is are you in Manila
I
now?
miss the group also.
Hey, are you in Manila?
No, I'm in the southern part of the Philippines.
Okay, in
No,
southern
no,
part of the
no.
Philippines.
I'm living in Kampung.
Okay, great. Good to have you back after so long. So please work on it.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. I give you a couple more minutes, and then we're going to sit with Swamiji. I'll play the Mahavakya. You can ask question if you need to. Otherwise, we will sit. Whatever you have written. Oh, there's a lot of fan sound. Huh? Okay, I turn because she's hearing a lot of fan sound. I don't think it's you typing sound. Shall we turn off? Otherwise, it will affect their ability to concentrate on the. Yeah. Because now it's I think 4. Oh, okay. Okay, so no worries, Paul. We're going to reduce the speed of the fan if you are hearing a lot of interference. It's very cool. Yeah, the aircon is on, so it's. Okay. Sure. How is it now? Is it better?
I still hear it though. Maybe you can check with the rest and see.
Yeah, all complete. I'm not sure it's due to the fan, but okay,
Yeah,
we switch
just
off the
to
fan
feedback. There's like some
just
blowing
to
sound.
ensure that the fan is not the reason for the noise. What about the rest? Anandita, can you hear the fan sound?
I think now it's better.
Now it's better? More clarity with my voice? Huh? No more grrr in the background? The wind spinning sound?
Because just now there was like a constant blowing sound in the background.
Yeah, because it was spinning quite
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
And I think my mic is here. See, the camera is such that if I move to the front, you guys will not see my face. So I move down. When I move down, I'm directly under the fan. So when I'm directly under the fan, you capture the noise as well. Because I moved the mic close to where I'm sitting. Okay? So
Yep, now it's fine.
all done? So you can go and take your I-band. Let's sit for a few minutes with Swamiji. Bring your I-band. You don't have to share what you have written, whatever you're fighting with your master, whatever emotion that you're having. Especially, I tell you, see, in the journey of aligning back to your true self, the Guru will show you that you need to move from your comfort zone. Like for instance, leaving the job. The first thing that he made me do, I remember, is to live my corporate life. Okay, so I was like, no. I resisted 2.5 years, and I knew there's no way to run. Ulu Kertao. That means I can't run anyway. So I have to honor what my little voice, my true nature, natural self is telling me. So I honored that and I took the jump and left the corporate world. So same thing, in that jump, of course, you had to go through a few years of adjustment and, balancing. So in that, again, there will be a lot of emotion get triggered, like the fear or not able to sustain yourself, the fear of how people will see you now that you don't have a so-called identity as a worker, or the job that you're holding, because a lot of time we associate what we do with the identity, correct? So all these will come. And then at different level, even relationship also, there will be a lot of resistance because of you don't want to feel that you're hurting your family, or you don't want to feel that if they say there's some disapproval of your family in this path or following the guru, then there is this duality created, because inside there will be a fight. So all this will get triggered. So be very clear what is happening and have the courage to face the emotions. Don't run away. You ready? All right, so now put on the I-band. So I'm going to play now the Mahavakya. Yeah. I don't know if you put your eyes. So sit now with your back straight. You have remember what you written on the paper? So now put your hand together and pray to Swamiji, the Master, sincerely requesting him to let you sit in restful awareness, so that whatever emotions or resistance that cause the fighting with the Master to reveal itself, so that you can bring clarity and move away from confusion or your inauthenticity. So just pray to him to allow you to have a breakthrough in this short meditation. When you're done with the prayer, just sit in a relaxed way. Center your awareness on the breathing. Connect with the life force, prana shakti. Allow the light breath to flow within you, and you just watch it. And allow that process to happen by his grace, by his energy.
Nithyananda Paramashivam 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 Nithyananda Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam Nithyananda Paramashivam.
All right, relaxed. We sat with him for about 11 minutes. You can remove your eyeband now slowly. I hope each one of you get some clarity from your situation by Swamiji's, within the Swamiji's breathing space. I couldn't stop jumping. Rarely I jump so much, but today it's like the energy is so strong. I'm just like, in the minute I focus on my third eye and then boom, boom. So I got my clarity. I don't know about the rest of you. Any one of you got clarity? Raise your hand. Anyone want to share? Rosita, you want to share? Up to you. If you don't, I'm okay.
Yes. Right down. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Right down. I feel fears or emotions, and then some show me the solution, how to overcome this kind of emotion and all these things. So I just need to do, then okay lah.
Okay. So now you get clarity how to move forward with this fear, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Anyone else? You want to share? Sure.
I especially recently, I always have this problem that sometimes in the meeting or even in the satsang of darshan, I'll just fall asleep. I don't even know I fall asleep.
Yeah.
But I fall asleep already. So later, just now I'm kind of aware that. So I just say, please remove it from me. I don't know how to remove it. I ask him to remove this.
This
Yes.
oh, and then
Yeah, he says you take
you
it.
do it. Okay. Nice. Yeah, sometimes I see you in a meeting, like I think last night we were in a meeting, suddenly I see you like zone out right there. I say, like you're sleeping in the wrong time. Like when Somji said that sleep, right? If you're sleeping at the wrong time, it means when you need to work, but you're sleeping. Imagine you're going to office, you need to work, but you're sleeping in the office. Then something is seriously wrong, right? Yeah. So either too much chronic fatigue or that is making you sleeping at the time where you need to be awake. Then that disrupt your outer world life and what you need to do. So that can be quite I would say, if let's say you're doing a job like driving, you cannot be sleeping when you're driving, and that will be super dangerous. Or you're doing it on a machine, you're doing some cutting, and then suddenly you doze off, and then your hand got chopped off, right? So all these are important when you need to be maintaining the awareness when you need to. Okay, good. Somebody say he will take care. Anyone else? I share with you my experience. See, as a head of the Sangha in Singapore, there will be a lot of requests because now we're in the process of transitioning, right? We just formed the nation, the first Hindu nation, so there are a lot of other new requirements which was never there. Okay, a lot of new requirements which weren't there in the past. So naturally, a lot of unknown and a lot of new things we have to not only explore but also start to move towards expansion. Naturally, if let's say you're asked to expand like 360 degrees, like so many directions, what happened to you? Resistance, right? It's like, I feel like it's too much, or can't do it, don't know how to do it. All kind of question will come. It's like something that you don't like. I don't like to do that. No, I don't think I want to do that. So there will be all this kind of resistance. It's like go talk to the politician. No, I don't like talking to the politician. That kind of thing will happen. There will be a whole bunch of all this, what you're used to, what you feel comfortable versus what sometimes you want the expansion to happen. So I went through that phase for a while. And then finally I realized that I just surrendered. Okay, I will do it. I'll just move my body and do it. Okay, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to run away anymore. I just do it. Whatever. And the interesting thing is, when you start doing, you just see things will start snowballing itself. You just start ding, 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 like new doors get opened, new intelligence get awakened. So some auspicious things will happen versus fighting or running away. So that is what I learned. When I just drop this mind thinking, all this, whether it's fear or dislike, whatever, just drop it. Don't just ignore this fella and just do the work. What Swamiji said, do, okay, I will just do. And then you just see, hey, it's not that bad, it's not that difficult. So, and you'll be pleasantly surprised that whatever he has said again and again is always in the best interest of everything, whether it's personal growth, whether it's for the Sangha, and collectively as consciousness. So he knows best, obviously. So trusting that and doing the work rather than resisting it this is the way how I experience. So going through that. So that's why so much energy got infused during the session. It's like pouring more energy. Okay, do more work. He said when you take up more responsibility, good work means okay, more work will come. So that is the nature. When you do well with something, they say okay, no time to feel complacent. Okay, more work gets given to you because now you have expanded. You can handle more. So if you understand that, that is the whole process of expansion. The cosmos continuously expanding. And Paramashivam, his core principle before he created the whole cosmos, he said, let me become many to enjoy me, right? So it's me, but I'm expanding and to enjoy the whole thing about me. So same way, when you embrace the transformation, because he's showing us our highest possibility, and just allow it to happen and just go with the flow. And you just need to do it. Move your body and do it without any cunningness or without trying to cheat yourself or cheat the guru. All that, don't play with the mind game. Just do it sincerely with the simplicity or innocence of a child, and just do it. And you see somehow, by the grace of the Guru, everything, the best outcome will happen. So this is my experience, my sharing. Any more? Nobody want to share? Okay. So with that, I think we're ready to conclude. If you are not going to, can we go on with the last few slides, Anadeta? Okay. So once again, I want to remind today is the day 3 of PSM, right? So tomorrow is the day 4. In fact, actually tonight started already 7 p.m. Day 4 of Paramashivam, whether you're attending level 1, level 2, level 3. Don't miss tomorrow's morning satsang. Sometimes we have the live darshan or a live darshan, it doesn't matter, just sit with Swamiji, because every morning the bliss dose, or we say the initiation is like a bliss dose for you to bring clarity. If you didn't manage to finish resolving all the emotions that you have written on the list tonight, because I only have 11 minutes, we started late. So again, tomorrow morning, you can sit in the darshan time with the list that you have not completed. Let's say you only managed to work on fear. There are still many other emotions that you listed, but you haven't had a chance to get clarity. Tomorrow, during darshan time, you can sit in his breathing space. Come on two-way, that's best, on the Zoom, and allow yourself to finish all the list of emotion you penned down today. Okay, give me a thumbs up. You understand what I'm saying? So continue to work on the list so that everything brings more clarity to you, so that you can move on. You can drop those emotions. Next slide. So once again, I thank all of you for your participation, for joining. Under that, I took a screen grab of the picture. Yes, thanks. And so next Wednesday is the final chapter. The title is Becoming One. It means in oneness with the source, with him. So I look forward to seeing all of you, where we are going to work on this concluding chapter for this book, the concluding chapter of becoming one with the Master. So I see all of you next week. So with that, shall we conclude with the Purna mantra?
Sorry, just a quick question.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw your announcement about like Kailasa is open. Can you tell me what that means? Like packing your bags and is it a visit,
Okay.
a tour or something?
See, Swamiji he has announced actually beginning of this year on his birthday that he's ready to open Mahakailasa, where he's living, for public, his disciples or devotees to come and spend a few days or have darshan and get initiation, whatever may be. It means traveling to where he is physically. See, one of the, you should know by now, the most powerful initiation is to be in his physical presence, the touch, okay? And of course the excitement, the whole anticipation to be in just getting a hug from Swamiji, brings so much completion and joy and bliss. Okay, it's something every disciple or devotee has to experience in order to understand the power of his hug. Okay, so he basically in this year, that whole video was just get ready. That means very soon he will announce the detail of Kailasa being opened. You can actually come to visit him for physical darshan. So that video was like a precursor, I would say, like a trailer of akan datang, coming soon. You know how in the movie, you go and watch the movie, and then before the movie starts, there will be trailer of the coming movies, right? And then there will be one word that say akan datang. Akan datang is a Malay word for coming soon. So basically, the possibility of having the physical darshan of Swamiji is coming soon. That is the message, the video that I shared. So get ready. Save up your money and try to, whenever he's announced, let's go and visit him physically. Okay?
So this is somewhere in the US, right?
He never revealed the location. You wait lah.
Okay. No wonder because Ma Shivarupa did mention, she said, oh, maybe you can, you know, like we all get ready for Singapore contingent. I was like, okay.
There will be different contingent all over the
right,
world
right.
coming, all coming to see him physically. Because see, since 2018 that he left India, you can count how many years now? 6 years, right?
Should be somewhere in Australia, near there. Last time he reviewed before.
Between Australia and the Pacific Ocean there. So basically, 6 years of not having physical darshan of the Guru. In fact, today's in the Mahan's meeting, we just thought, we just have to make it happen. So yeah, let's make it happen. So having the physical darshan of Guru is nothing like it. I cannot even use words to describe. You have to experience it yourself in order to understand the layers and layers of emotion, mystical experience, whatever it may be. So it's something to look forward to. I was just so excited. Oh, they came out with this video. So I thought I share within the group, the people who are wondering. Because since his announcement, there's no further information. So now this is the next video, like a trailer to say, which means we're very close to the announcement of the details. Okay, so let's look forward to that. Praise to Swamiji. Let's get ready for to receive Swamiji in the with the physical darshan. Okay, so I hope I answered that question, Paul.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so let's conclude now with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Saubham Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Parvata Paramastu.